السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. So we want to go into now the topic of when we answer the call of nature, we have to clean ourselves. This is very important, and as we're going to get to, it's one of the conditions that many of the scholars, they list as the conditions before you make wudu. And so istinjā, which is the first thing, it means cleaning the private parts with water, the back and the front, from the traces of whatever comes out therefrom. So when you use the washroom, you use water to clean yourself. And this is the recommended way, if you have the ability, the preferable way to wash yourself. And there's another way, which is Istijmār, which is cleaning the private parts, the front and the back, from the traces of whatever comes out therefrom by using items other than water, like stones and tissue paper. And this was very common, contrary to what many people may think or know, of the time of the Prophet ﷺ, because water was a scarce resource. Water is not always going to be readily available, and therefore sometimes you have to do istijmār, where you wipe rather than being able to use water, which is the preferable thing to do, is to use water. And there's conditions, and it's very important for us to know these conditions if we find ourselves in a situation which we're going to do istijmār. So the conditions of the substance used in istijmār is: one, it must be permissible, that thing to use. It shouldn't be something that you value or something that we shouldn't be using to clean ourselves. Number two, it should be pure. It shouldn't be something itself which is an impurity. Number three, it must have the ability to clean. So the thing that you're using should have the ability to help remove that physical impurity. Number four, it must not be bones or dung. Number five, it must not contain something revered like the papers having Allah's name. So these are the conditions of that substance that you're going to use. And toilet paper would be an example of a substance that is permissible to do istijmār with, for example. And now the conditions of doing istijmār. The impurity discharge affects only the natural spot. So if it goes beyond that, make sure you use, for example, if it gets on your clothes, you have to now use water to help to get it off your clothes, for example. And secondly, the istijmār is made with 3 or more purifying stones, or 3 or more wipes of the area, as this is the condition that the Prophet ﷺ put upon istijmār, and at the time of the Sahaba, they would use stones. So in today's day and age, if you have, for example, a wipe, you can use that wipe if it meets all of these conditions. And you have to do a wipe of at least 3 times. And if it meets these conditions, then you can do istijmār. And it's always preferable if you can do istinjā. And this is the what we covered related to istinjā and istijmār. And I look forward to speaking more about ritual impurity and how we remove it, and going into more detail about it inshallah in the next video. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.